Here in the pregame show, Jeff Bauer, the head coach of Ankeny. Coach, this one, you've played in this game, except it wasn't, Centennial was the opponent, but you've coached in this game now. You've played for the Hawks. What does a game in this community like this mean?
Well, obviously it's a big game, to really good teams. It's bragging rights, throughout the year. Obviously they took it to us last year, and, we got the year before. It's been, they've usually been close, but it wasn't very close last year, unfortunately.
And that's one thing that you said earlier this week that clearly stood out to me as something that's on your mind. What is it? Teams change from year to year. You can't always say that there's memory, but you have the memory clearly.
Yeah, definitely in high school, especially in CIML, every year your team's going to be drastically different. You have to be a senior really to play for the most part, and both teams lose a lot of seniors. Centennial they had a lot of seniors last year. I think they lost almost everybody. We had a few more underclassmen playing, so we have a few more returning guys, but it's always a totally different team.
Your team, a couple of seniors are standing out on tape. Centennial, and every opponent seems to know where number 0 is and where number 13 is. What is it about Brandhorst and Larmy that make teams have to really kind of focus defensively?
I mean, they're obviously both talented. I've said before many times, with Brandhorst, I'll put his hands up against anybody in the state. He's remarkable hands. And then the other things that people don't understand, I mean, his route running, his football knowledge, his football IQ. I mean, he loves the game. He knows almost everything about it. It was just funny this morning in the weight room with Coach Luther and myself. I mean, he's trying to bring up quarterbacks where they're drafted from the history. I mean, he can go back 20, 30 years about every quarterback in the NFL where they came from. He knows. So he just loves the game. And Daniel's he's just determined. He's always been one of the toughest runners. He's always been punishing to the guys that tackle him. He's just, every year he gets bigger and stronger, and it shows.
Well, that's the same can be said about the team on the north. J.J. Morgan looks to be stronger, looks to be faster, looks to be tougher. So you got to defend. You have one on your side, but you got to defend a guy like that.
Definitely, yeah. He's elite, and we've been focusing on tackling and making sure we do it correctly, good technique. It's very important this week. I said, because if we miss a tackle, it could turn into 6 real quick.
This is a game that you're both 2-1. You both have had some tough games. Last week you both kind of had a chance to get a lot of things worked out. How does that focus you this week, knowing that that opponent is going to be ready to go even before the kickoff?
I mean, we've stressed our guys. Obviously, this is a big game, but we play big games every week here. It seems like. I mean, we know last year, the final 8 of the playoffs, we'd played all 7 of them. We had big games every week last year. We have big games. Sioux City East coming up's big. Johnston coming up's big. They're in both teams have lots of big games. This isn't the whole season. I've stressed our guys, but it is obviously it's important, and we treat each game each week as it's the most important. We had a great week of practice. I think our guys are focused, and we've just been stressing that it's about what we do and how we perform. It's not about the guys on the other side of the ball.
How you perform offensive line, defensive line. How would you grade your lines here so far?
Obviously, I think both sides have been really good. Obviously, defensively, we've been just getting better and better, and we're tough to run on right now, I think. Offensively, our line's been getting better. We've had, Nate Leaves was one of our starters to begin. He has an ankle issue, so he won't be back for a couple weeks yet. But Jack Aubrey, sophomore, stepped in. He's really picked it up and done well. Besides penalties, I think our offensive line's done, graded out in the 80s, like 80% type. But if we knock out the penalties, it'll be much higher grade in my eye.
We'll see how he grades things at halftime when we talk to him. Our pregame show continues here on CISN. Kickoff at the top of the hour. Here on the pregame show, co-head coach Ryan Pezzetti. This game, we've talked about this before. I've covered this number of years with you. This one's special for a number of reasons. Anything certainly special this year?
You know what? Playing at the fourth game is awkward. Usually it's the first or second game. I think we played it as a second game one cycle, but it's usually been the first game. Playing at week 4, it's a little different. The weather's different. Those challenges, we know it's not going to be, hopefully not.
Not 112?
112 degrees outside. And I think both teams have an identity now, who they are, and they know who's their go-to guys and who needs to step up.
When you look at the stats, and I know everybody probably, you're fully aware of this, you two are as similar as you can be when it comes to stats. Yeah. Is that a good thing or a bad thing in trying to come up with a game plan against somebody that's just like you?
It's going to be the will of two teams. They like to run the ball, and we do too. They like to balance it out, and so do we. And they play good special teams, and so do we. So, at the end, it's going to be, who makes the fewest mistakes and who can, run the ball to a certain degree. It's always tough in this game with the emotions to get that done. And big plays, we can't give them up, and they're probably saying the same thing.
And you both have running backs that are bigger and faster and stronger than they were before, and incredibly hard to tackle. It's got to make you happy that at least one of them is on your team.
Oh, for sure. You know what? JJ has an outstanding year to this point after 3 games. Being patient as a Jaguar, being behind Elijah Porter and Braden Jackson for 2 years and waiting his turn and being patient and then flourishing when his opportunity came.
Offensive line, you got a couple of guys in some different spots this year, but talk me through about what this veteran group of guys in your program and names that have been here for a while, what that means to you.
You know what, just teamwork. It's some guys are doing some things that maybe they didn't envision themselves doing this summer, but by necessity and need, they've done it, and they've done a great job.
Your defense, just saw one of the keys, Mr. Morris, is so fun to watch.
Yeah.
What's it like coaching him?
Oh, awesome. Multi-sport athlete, outstanding all-state baseball player, and to be a linebacker like he is, very violent, does it the right way, and is a great leader out there as well.
The D-Cords trying to contend with Ankeny's offense that has kind of looks like it did 2 years ago with a running back and a wide receiver, I'm guessing poses a couple of challenges.
Oh, for sure. Outstanding, whether it's Larmy or Brandhorst, the quarterback. I mean, they have, and I'm just naming a few there. I mean, they have outstanding kids. They play hard, execute very well, and it's going to be a tough challenge for our kids.
First couple of years in this rivalry were probably a little awkward, and you still had lots of friends, and you still have friends on both sides.
Yeah.
What's it mean to coach in this one?
Oh, it's a compliment, number one, but it's a celebration of football in our community. We love football here in Ankeny, and we want our kids to be successful. And at the end of the day, we all live in the same area, and we want to make sure that we support each other in the end.
I think at the end what we should do is make everybody put on their old AJF uniform and see what teams were formed, because that you got guys that were teammates on other teams, and that makes it fun too.
Will was just saying his quarterback was Roush in AJF, so it's just, it's competitive, don't get me wrong, but it's in good fun, good competition.
All right, I enjoy it. Co-head coach Ryan Pezzetti, our pregame show here on CISN is going to continue now and kick off at the top of the hour.